Okay, here's a Murray 4.5 horsepower Briggs and Stratton motor push mower that some guy just brought to me for a repair. His complaint was when you hit this it doesn't prime, and he just couldn't get it started. He said it's about 4 years old, and it's the original spark plug, I can tell. And he said he never really tuned it up or did much of anything to it except just put gas in it. So I'm not expecting too much great stuff out of the carburetor, but then I'll just give it a tune-up after that, and it should be good to go. This video I'm going to show you how to clean the carburetor on one of these little Briggs motors though, and just changing the oil and everything else. Yeah. Okay, first what you're going to want to do, take a flathead screwdriver or whatever you need and unscrew this air cleaner right here. Okay, take that off and look at your air filter. Something's not terrible, but it's not good, so I'll replace it. Throw that away. Take the cover off. Now you're gonna unscrew these 3 screws here to get to the carburetor. Once you get these 3 screws off, carefully take off this cover and pull it off the little hose there. Make sure you don't rip the air cleaner gasket right here. Sorry for the bad lighting, but it's nighttime. Don't rip this gasket right here. And just put these off to the side where you won't lose them. Now you can take the carburetor off by unscrewing that screw and the one over here, and this comes off, and just pinch this little clip, move it over, and take the hose off. Then your carburetor's off. I forgot to mention that it's going to be hooked up to the governor linkage up there, right here, and to get it out of there all you need to do is twist it and pull. Make sure not to break this plastic piece, because if you do, they're hard to get new ones for, and it's just don't break it. That's more of a headache. But now we'll go to cleaning it. Okay, make sure you get a good clean towel, and what you're gonna do first is open up the bowl down here by unscrewing this 1/2-inch nut down there, and then try to keep all the liquid inside the bowl just so you can see how dirty it is in there. I'll do that and show you how dirty it is. But if the bowl's stuck on, just wiggle it off and it should come off pretty easy. Try not to lose the nut or anything. Okay, this carburetor doesn't look good. You can see that. Yeah, that actually does look like milk. It's not just the camera. It's a milky white liquid, and there's a bunch of varnish gas in there, and just varnish-sized particles everywhere. Doesn't look good at all. Here's your nut that was on the bottom. This looks decent. I mean, it just needs a little cleaning up. Here's your jet. Can't really see it. This is a bad camera, but there's a jet down here, a jet on the other side, and a jet on the top. Make sure all 3 of them are clean. All you need to do is find a little wire and stick it through there, maybe like a wire from a wire brush or something, and just make sure you can blow through it and it's not clogged. And then the carburetor, here's your float. Your needle is under there actually, and the needle that just keeps it in place. Take this out. If it's hard to come out, just get some needle nose pliers and try to wiggle it out. Okay, after you have those out, you can see your carburetor. This one looks really bad. Okay, yeah, this is just a bunch of varnish-sized gas. The guy said he let it sit for about 7 months at one point, and then it just never started after that, and here's why. What happened to this is some water and gas just sat in there for a really long time and varnish-sized up here, and that's not good at all. What I'm going to do is probably just try and clean all this off with a little pick, and just clean it all out. If I even can get it clean, I'm going to give it one shot. If not, the carburetor is just shot and I'll get a new one. but if I can't clean it up, that's great, because then it's cheaper for me. But if yours isn't all dirty like this, which most of them shouldn't be, what you're going to want to do is just spray carburetor cleaner in right here and right here and all the little holes inside there that should be there. Spray it in some of here. Make sure everything's cleared out. There's a little jet down in there. Just make sure that's clean, and then after that just blow through here and make sure air comes out up here. Make sure this throttle right here is freed up and not stuck. And then after you think it's pretty clean, just make sure your O-ring's still here on the edges. Make sure it's seals up good, and put your bowl back on. With these ones, they're all the sides are the same, but with some there's a shallower part, and that side, the shallow part goes above the needle. But this one can go on anyway. So after you're done with that, just put it back how it came off. Make sure you hook up the throttle right here, and put this back in, and then put your fuel line back in, and then put in some fresh fuel and try and start it, and it should start. Any questions or comments down there, and rate and subscribe please. My next video is going to be on this Coleman PowerMate 6250 generator with a Tecumseh motor. The guy said he let it sit for about 3 years with gas in it. Never used it before that. He just tried to start it, but he put gas in it right after he got it home from the store, which wasn't too smart, and now it doesn't run great, but it does actually run. So I'm pretty much expecting the same thing, carburetor to look like this out of there. But I guess we'll see you in that video. Thanks for watching, and bye.